Hi, I'm Darryl from the OHS unit here at CQUniversity. October 2016 is National WorkSafe Month, in which we focus on workplace safety. Every year, more than 260 Australians die as a result of work-related injuries, and over 135,000 are seriously injured. In addition to workplace injuries, one type of injury that does not receive the recognition it deserves is workplace stress and anxiety. Work-related stress is the term to describe the mental, physical and emotional responses of an employee who is experiencing stress as a result of work demands and perceives that they are not capable of meeting those demands. Stress can manifest itself over time to cause chronic fatigue, heart conditions, high blood pressure or even acute muscle pains. We will discuss the risk factors of workplace stress and anxiety in more detail shortly. According to an Australian health survey in 2015, 76% of Australians indicated that they had taken time off in the past 12 months due to mental health issue. Furthermore, 73% of employees agreed that depression and anxiety are common within the workplaces throughout Australia. Statistics show that work-related mental stresses cost Australian businesses more than $10 billion each year. In Australia, each state's individual work, health and safety legislation outlines employers' obligations to ensure the safety of their workers so far as reasonably practicable across all industries. It is imperative that employers ensure that mechanisms are in place for their workers to seek assistance for mental health issues if required. At CQUniversity, the Employee Assistance Program is an example of the professional support that has been implemented to assist staff within the CQU network when circumstances arise where they need help. Many of the discussions about stress risk management have traditionally been focused on individuals within an organisation who are already distressed. This approach is not only costly, but it also means that the employer or business operator may not be fully meeting their duty to eliminate or minimise risk to worker health and safety from being exposed to stresses at work. An employer is able to meet their legal workplace health and safety obligations by simply following the traditional risk management process. Identify the hazards. What are those things in the workplace with the potential to cause harm? These might be identified by analysing rates of absenteeism, staff turnover, exit interview results, staff and customer feedback, etc. 1. Assess the risk. Some risk factors for work-related stress include work demands, emotional, mental or physical, low control, feelings of poor support, lack of role clarity, poorly managed change, poorly managed relationships, low levels of recognition and reward, and organisational injustice. 3. Identify and implement controls. Some examples of controls for work-related stress include, but are not limited to, improving supervisor managerial skills through coaching, mentoring and/or training, planning workloads to meet potential demands, setting clear performance goals and accountability, ensuring role clarity and reassessing job descriptions, setting new or adjusting current HR procedures, providing assistance, for example, an employee assistance program, communicating policy and availability of assistance, checking understanding and implementation of changes, and promoting effective early rehabilitation. 4. Reviewing these controls. The last step of the risk management process is to review the effectiveness of the control measures that have been implemented to ensure they are working as planned. When reviewing the effectiveness of control measures, it is important to weigh up whether the chosen controls are effective or whether they need some modification. Risk management for work-related stress is not a one-off exercise, but something that must go on continually in the organisation. The dynamics and complexity of organisations can mean that changes such as a new supervisor, new workers or new processes or procedures can have marked, unexpected and unplanned effects on the stress levels of workers. In large organisations such as CQUniversity, responsibility for ensuring legal requirements are being met. Responsibility may be devolved to managers and supervisors. What can I do? Individual staff members also have a part to play in managing their stress levels at work. With busy schedules, it's easy to become overwhelmed with work and not find time for anything else. The trick is achieving a balance that promotes your overall health and the success of your career or business, often easier said than done. We've put together some tips to help you manage your stress levels and look after yourself. Discuss the issues that are causing your work stress with your manager. Communicate. Finding someone to talk to help, either a close friend, a family member, counsellor or psychologist. Learn to relax. Make sure you set aside time for the things you enjoy, such as exercising, meditating, reading, gardening or listening to music. Take your annual leave each year and make sure you have a proper break from work. Get out of the workplace during lunch, even if it's just for 10 minutes to go for a walk. You'll feel refreshed and more productive in the afternoon. Try scheduling meetings during core work hours, not your personal time. Restrict your overtime hours and speak to your manager if demands are unreasonable. If you frequently work late, try leaving on time at least a couple of times a week. Avoid checking your email or answering work calls out of hours. Very importantly, if you notice any changes in your thoughts, feelings or behaviour, see your GP or health professional. The earlier you seek support, the sooner you can recover. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the OHS unit or one of the friendly workplace relations advisors at PAC. Thank you for your time and go well.